Well, we're on the move. I got the 30-foot head behind me, one of them. We did some changing on this head. Ended up switching reels, as you've seen in the last video, because that other 1020 we bought down at Wheeler's last year, it's worse than this one is vibration wise. This is the reason we say these 1020s shake, rattle, and roll when they're cutting, because that's all they do is shake, rattle, and roll. But we ended up taking the wobble box off of it and getting a different sickle driver. Hell of a lot smoother, at least what little we tested it. Once we get in the beans, we'll really be able to tell how good it is, but it should do pretty good. We also put different dividers on it. We took our homemade ones off because we're talking to a few guys and they said they've been cutting beans and they have them dividers like we built and put on here. They said beans just want to wrap up in them, because they're so viney. Said they just want to wrap up and pile up, so we put bigger dividers on it. As you can, well, no, never mind, you can't see when I put my phone right in front of the rearview mirror. But we got different dividers. We took the dividers off the Harvest More head that we had bought. It wasn't going to work out because it fits a newer style combine, and you can't use an adapter plate like you can on Case IH heads that take a newer head to an older combine. They won't work because the head was built specifically to fit, I believe, a 6088 Case IH. I don't remember for sure, but we took the dividers off it and put it on here, so that should help out. We're going to get the 23 lined up. That's what Grandpa has behind me with. Get it lined out, make sure everything's going to work good, make sure field tracker and all that's going to work like it should. Once we get that one lined out, we'll move the 21 over here in my head. It shouldn't really have any problems, just a matter of going slow and getting everything shined back up. But shouldn't have any issues. But I say we shouldn't, but it's very possible that we will. Who knows? I guess we'll just have to find out. Well, we got 2 hoppers cut so far. Everything's going pretty smooth. Well, after this one, the trailer will be full. Grandma come and got Grandpa, and he's gonna bring the Freightliner over. Chuck, he's in Quincy right now. When he gets back from Quincy, it means he lives like right a mile away from here. He said he'd take the truck off and get it dumped, and then we'll have Freightliner here to finish up in before he gets back. Hopefully we ain't got to sit and wait any. If it gets close enough and the trailer's about full before he gets back, we'll probably just finish milling it and I'll take it off and figure it out from there. I don't know what our test weight is on these beans. I don't think it's very good. Guess we'll find out after this truck gets taken off. Well, we're slowly getting it cut. We only run about 2.6 mile an hour in these beans. So that allows them to feed and not bunch up and slug the combine, because nobody wants that to happen. The other combine has a reverser on it. That helps. This one, I'm screwed. I just got to dig it out. But we're hoping to at least get all these terraces finished up right here, which after I get this right here cut. Terraces are done. We're gonna wait to do that tomorrow because it has a few beans out there that are still slightly yellow. It ain't gonna make much difference, but at least they'll be one day drier. But moisture wise, we're running pretty dang dry. This is the lowest I've seen them so far, 9.8%. It has been about 10 or 11% moisture. But we should get a good chunk of this cut tonight because the elevator don't close till 7. And it's about 4:30 right now. And heck, this truck's about full. By the time I get up there and Grandpa gets up there, we should be able to finish filling it. Chuck just did take the Peterbilt off. But everything's going good so far. We ain't gonna get it all done tonight, but what big deal does it make? And then after we get done here, I don't know, we gotta go over there and look. Rick may have some beans over there on his farm ready. I'm not sure, gonna have to take a look at them, see what we think, because we ain't cutting any wet beans. There ain't no sense in it, because they're gonna dock you. You can shell corn wet and it works halfway decent. You can't cut wet beans. You're gonna sit there and chew and chew and chew on them and get nowhere. And half of them you're gonna will just shoot out the ass end of the combine, or you'll just have pods in your hopper. There's a guy who just cut beans, wanted to be the first guy to cut beans. Went out there with 2 John Deere combines. One had a draper and one just had a regular flex head on it. They got out there and there's green spots out there now where beans shot out the ass of the combine and starting to take root. I tell you, the big guys like that, they just get in there and they screw everything up. Go in there with big equipment, end up screwing the next guy who ends up with the land. They rape it pretty much. Well, we're getting right along. If we could time it right and get the trucks emptied, we could almost cut this whole field and be done by the end of this evening. Because heck, we're almost halfway done now. But, let me see, it's 5:30 now. If Chuck gets back, and we have his full, in the next 30 minutes, he can make it one more load. Then we'd have that truck he's in now, we'd have the Peterbilt, we could fill it, then he'd come back to the other one, we could fill it, and that would almost, I think it would be pretty close to being able to fit everything. No, I guess we'll have to see. Load number 2 out of here. Man, them beans are dirty. Well, I'm gonna have to yell for this because I gotta have my back window open on this tractor because AC don't work and I don't feel like sweating my ass off right early in the morning. So yeah, plus this thing's got a straight pipe on it. That's all I can hear, plus the rear end whining, so that's great. But anyway, taking the 4440 over there, got the little disc on the back. After there's been so many combine fires here lately, we hooked this up for a little bit of insurance because the crop, if it catches fire, is not insured unless you have wind and hail insurance, which we do not. This way, even if it does take the field, we can at least work around the field. If there's any brush nearby, it'll keep the fire from reaching the brush. Because according to my Uncle Mike, he said once that fire hits them bean plummies, he said, watch out. He said he ain't ever seen a fire spread that quick before. So, thought we'd do this as a little bit of a safety net. Well, they're cutting pretty good this morning. Grandpa made an adjustment on the combine. Now the son of a bitch really wants to growl, but oh well. I ain't got any pods in the hopper, and it has a clean grain sample, and the head's cutting good, so I guess I'll keep going. We'll probably move to Rick right after this, depending on how dry his are. They're probably dry, but depends how good they want to cut.